Hi all. Today we're going to talk about a library called Refit. Refit is a library, an open source library that you can use to make REST calls. It's an MIT license. Yeah, so let's look at it. So what I've got here, um, I've got a simple console application that tries to make a call to this URL to fetch the list of users. And the users can be serialized into this particular shape here. So what I want to demonstrate first is how you would make an HTTP call with an HTTP client. So we got a little bit of boilerplate code. You need to create an HTTP client, make a call to get async or put async or post async, make sure that the API was successful, and then you go on to deserialize the response into the user object. Now with Refit, this becomes much simpler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this package, uh, the Refit package from NuGet. I've already installed it, so it's much faster. It's already imported here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically create an interface that I'm going to use to get these users. So it's a nice type safe way, more a unit testable way um, that we're going to follow. All right. So I'm going to quickly create an interface called I use a service, and what it's going to do is it's going to return me a task of result, right? And just gonna call it get all get all users async. Right. So we just create an interface with a method called get all user async, um, and it's going to return this result. Uh, it's a list of users. Now this is the beauty of Refit. So what you next do is you basically decorated this with a get attribute, and then you can pass in a URL, right? So the path URL. So in this case, we want to fetch all the users. So I'm going to just say slash users here, and that's it. So basically now created my interface. So um, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to call a special class uh, called REST service. It's part of Refit, and I'm just going to say use this overload, and I'm just going to say, hey, give me a Refit service for this interface called I use a service. So what that's going to do is it's going to return us a proxy, uh, which under the hood does all the HTTP call, serialization, deserialization, and the error handling. So yeah, here I just need to pass in the base URL. So you see how it works, right? The base URL, and then this is the part of the URL segment where I'm going to call the get all users. So yeah, next, all I have to do is call my get all user async method, and I'm just gonna get the list of users and await it. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna put a breakpoint here. I just run it. Um, and yep, there you go. You get the list of users here. Yep, so that's simple as that. It just so if you're using Refit in your project, it's gonna simplify how you basically make HTTP calls. It removes boilerplate codes, and because you are using an interface here, it becomes much easier for you to unit test. And with Refit, you can also do a lot of other stuff. You can pass in your own HTTP handler. You can use these attributes here to control the HTTP verb. So you can just pass it as a post put. You can even pass in, say, query parameters. Say, for an example, if I want to pass in an ID here, I can just say that this forms part of the query, or I can even pass in this in as a header. All right, so it's quite powerful. Yeah, just give it a try, and this will be definitely a tool that's going to bring a lot of benefits in your project. All right, thanks guys. See you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.